Vita-Mind-B. Vita-Mind-B is a video series that teach you how to train a healthy mind from A to Z step by step. So previously I've talked about X and I couldn't relate letter X with another healthy mind related words. So I've prepared 18X, which is the list of 18 things that you should avoid doing if you want to train a healthy mind. So today I'm at the letter Y. So I want to start with youthfulness. As George Bernard Shaw said, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. How many of you have stopped playing, refused to play because you think you have grown old? And many of us have caught up with work, with studies, and with all sort of things that fills our days, and we just forgot to play. It is really important to remember that aging and growing old are not necessarily the same thing. There are certainly many people who, as they age, remain increasingly vigorous and energetic and living with a brighter mind, and they are chasing hope, they are chasing dreams, they are still holding on to all this enthusiasm, and they have different activities that fills their lives. But in the same time, sadly, there are also people who are young but have lost hope and have grown prematurely old. Do you ask yourself, do you want to be the first group or the second group? I guess it's a no-brainer, because the first group remain youthful by always having the word or the habit of learning through their lives. Because as you're learning, you realize that you are growing every single day, and there's never an ending. If you're on the path of learning, if you're on the path of building yourself, there is never an ending. And when you're doing that, chasing something over and over again, and when you set up new goals, when you set up new priorities for yourself to experience, that is another way of living life, comparing to just doing the exact same thing over and over and over again every single day. I mean, some people who are 80 years old, I have to bring up my grandmother. She is 79 this year, but she is constantly learning, trying to keep up with the technologies. She's always on Facebook, she's always on YouTube. You know, she's the type of grandmother who would actually be on Facebook or YouTube and watching all these videos to learn about things, to understand, and she's attending classes through Zoom meetings. And you know, she's the type of grandmother who would actually fall asleep holding on to her phone on her hand. Every day she is learning how to keep up with the technologies, just to attend all these master classes or any free classes that is being launched by her peers or any other group or Facebook group that she attended. And she is the kind of grandmother who would put on face masks every single night. She would apply olive oil to her nails. She would put lotions every single day just to make sure her skin is smooth. You know, she's really one of a kind. I'm not just saying that because she's my grandmother, but she's amazing. So this is what I was talking about. Everybody aging and growing old is definitely not the same exact thing. I mean, as I've told you, like my grandmother, she's definitely aging. This is what every one of us cannot escape. But she refused to grow old. And to keep that youthfulness, we need to always have this mindset that we are always learning. And going back to what George Bernard Shaw have said, that we grow old because we stop playing. So human has the capability of constantly having a creative mindset on how you see things. I mean, whenever you show up in a meeting room, you're showing up as a Batman. You know, as the author of the Alter Ego Effect, Todd Herman, he has also speak eloquently about different identities as we are at a different context. And we can always include playfulness and creativity in our daily lives so that we maintain that youthfulness.
One of the great powers of this idea, or one of the great powers that human beings have, is playfulness. The thing I love about this idea, and I could see with people, is I could see stress and anxiety melt away when they started to get engaged with the idea and see how playful it is to know that this is your, again, I am the person standing out in front of other people talking about the power of alter egos. I don't care that people know that the glasses that I wear are not real, like it's just wear them for dress. I don't care about that because I'll use them as a signal and a totem to tell other people that I don't care. But you do know that I am being very intentional about I want to bring my best self so I can serve you in this moment. That's why they're there. But it's that when I could see someone really understand that this is them being playful, it's like, you don't even know that I'm showing up as Batman in this moment when I'm in the boardroom right now. Like that playful idea, because playfulness, the whole reason that I'm doing this is because I want to get my clients, the people that buy our training programs and whatnot, to get to that zone and flow state. That zone and flow state where every capability that you have comes flowing out of you unhindered by the resistance that, or the judgment or the self-talk that typically slows you down. That's the reason that we do this. Playfulness is the key that unlocks the back door to peak performance, and we're walking through the doorway of our creative imagination to make that happen. That is our superpower. The best genre of movies right now, superhero movies, that Marvel comic, that DC comic world that's out there. Why? Because there's this natural hero's journey narrative that we latch onto with it. Also, we love the fantasy idea in our mind of like, what would I have if I had a superpower? You know? But we forget, we do. Human beings do. We're the only living thing on this planet with this one ability. It's not love. It's not affection. Am I saying that they're not powerful? 100% they are. But nothing else on this planet has creative imagination. Nothing else on this planet can choose to, in the moment, decide to be someone or something else. Can make, a heaven from hell or a hell from heaven. We have that ability. You've got two people, the same experience is happening to them. One chooses a completely different path and they, strive and they thrive. Another one gets crippled by it. That's fascinating to me. That's fascinating that we can do that our creative imagination builds story and narrative in our own minds.
And to continue from what Todd Herman have said, that the same experience can happen to two different people, and how they see things is the way that they live their lives, right? So the next letter Y that I want to share with you is you. So you decide your life. You choose what you want to focus on. You choose what your goals are. You choose who are the people that you surround yourself with. You choose how you want to see the world. You choose how you want to accept the challenge, or how you want to see a problem, whether it is an opportunity. You choose every single thing that happens in your every single daily life. And you are the one who decide how to interpret something. Like what Todd have said, that something can happen to you and the same thing can happen to your sister. And both of you have different personality, and both of you probably have interpreted something differently, and the outcome would be different as well. You see, someone can lose their job, and there are hundreds and millions of people who loses their job every single day. But some people can use this opportunity and find out what they are really good at and find out what business can they start, or they can find out what are the new skills they can learn so that the same thing doesn't happen to them again. And another person could just be really depressed. They're being worried about how are they going to continue their life, and they have all this anxiety, all this stress, and they just refuse to change, and they're blaming the society for them losing their job. So I mean, like I say, same thing can happen to two or many other different people, but everyone has their own point of view. And when you are aware and you pay attention to this and you realize that everything around you is mainly decided by how you view them, that is when you can actually take control of your life. And this is one of the ways to train a healthy mind, because your perspective makes your world. You choose to accept the challenge. You choose to get back up whenever you fall down. You refuse to get beaten up and stay down. And you want to adapt to the changes. Or you can refuse change and you could stay the same all the time. It's all up to you. So after talking about youthfulness and you, and the last letter Y that relates to healthy mind, I would like you to remember is yet. Y-E-T. So what does this have to do with healthy mind? You know, all of us, every single day, we have all this self-doubt and we have negative self-talks, and we create all these stories that there are things that we couldn't do, that our power is limited, that our potential is limited, that we don't have that skills, that we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't talk to these people, we can't talk in front of hundreds of people, I can't make this video, I can't sing, I can't dance, and all kinds of self-talk. And why I want you to remember the third letter Y, which is yet, is because whenever you catch yourself talking negatively about yourself, or you're having self-doubt about what are the things that you can't do, just remember the word yet and add the word yet when you are about to finish your sentence. I can't sing yet. I can't dance yet. I can't teach yet. I can't speak Spanish yet. I guess you got the idea, because all this self-talk, they are killing off our self-esteem, they are killing off our willpower, they are killing off all this energy that we have within ourselves. And if you continue to fall into the trap of the negative self-talk, self-doubt, and then you fall into depression, and this isn't what we all want. And to avoid doing that, whenever you have any negative self-talk, any self-doubt, any stories that you created in your head that is not helping you in any way, just add the word yet. Whatever you think you can't do, just add a yet. And that would push you to want to learn doing that. And if someone has given you an opportunity and you're afraid to accept, just remember, you can't do that yet, but you can learn. Remember, when you have the learner's mindset, you would not lose. You either win or you learn. This is something that have repeatedly remind you over and over again that we are all born a learner. So adding a yet at whatever you can't do is to push yourself to conquer your limitations. So remember, just add the word yet. So finally, these are the letter Y's that I want you to remember so that you are always training a healthy mind. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next week.